Good evening, everybody. We're going to be starting here in just a second. I am getting chat up on the iPad. Those of you who break with me regularly, you know that sometimes my iPad is very finicky about loading chat for whatever strange reason. I think we're good now. It looks like it. I don't think anybody has said anything, but at least it is showing chat as available. So that's a good thing. That's the good news. So tonight we have got a couple of quick football breaks. Just one box of two different things, and neither one has a lot of cards. So even though those ended towards the end of the night, and I normally break in the order things end, because those are so quick and both of the baseball breaks are a lot longer, we're going to go ahead and open the football stuff tonight first. And then we'll roll into our baseball. So first up, we'll do 2016 plates and patches. Then we'll do the 2010 plates and patches. Then we will do the half case of 2016 Topps Finest Baseball. And then finally, the half case of 2017 Bowman Baseball. So this is our spreadsheet for the first break, which is the 2016 Plates and Patches Football. You'll see that's break number 8, just meaning it's the 8th time that we have broken 2016 Plates and Patches. Team names are down the left, winning bidder names down the right. Anything that says no bids buyback, that's pretty self-explanatory. Nobody bid on that team, so those cards, if anything comes out for those teams, those cards will stay here with their brothers on Card Mountain. So that is number 1, break number 1. So let's go ahead and get into it. And I see several people have jumped in here in the last couple minutes. We do have 2 football breaks we're doing first, and then we're doing the baseball. Both of the football breaks are very quick, though. So if you're here for baseball, don't wander away, because we're going to be to it in just a couple of minutes. I know I do normally break in the order that they end, but just because these are both one pack of cards with very few cards in them, and the baseball is such an extensive break, it just, I think, makes more sense in this case to do the football first. So we have up for the Dolphins, Jay Ajayi, numbered to 99, and this again is the 2016 Plates and Patches. Then we have numbered to 50, Greg Olson. Our first signature hit is a very, very nice one. How about that for the Cowboys with the Roger Staubach on-card auto numbered to 25. That is 4 of 25 on the Roger Staubach hit for the Cowboys. And I'm taking a look at this. Plates and Patches has a tendency to out of 2016 to sometimes have some little wonky corners, and we do have little minor imperfections on the edges and corners of this one as well. It's nothing horrible, but it is, and some on the back as well, but it is not a perfect, it is not a card that's going to grade a 10, but still, what a nice hit for the Cowboys with the Roger Staubach on-card auto to 25. So congrats, Cowboys, on that. Then we have a full coverage patch for the Ravens, and that's a really nice piece of material. You guys know I love my pieces of material, and we've got, of course, you know, all 3 colors. You got a little bit of gold on the other side as well. That's a nice hunk of cloth there. It is numbered to 50 for the Ravens. So Ravens, you have a nice hit. And then our printing plate is for the Falcons, Austin Hooper, cyan plate out of 16 certified. And of course the printing plates, you know, those are always going to have scratches and surface marks on them, and that's because they were actually used in the printing of the card. So, you know, those never come out perfect. So just to recap, we have our printing plate hit for the Falcons, our materials hit for the Ravens numbered to 50, and then our super sweet hit for the Cowboys with the Staubach on-card auto numbered to 25. And again, not perfect on the edges and the corners. It's kind of hard to see sometimes on the camera in the live stream, but I do try to point that stuff out when I see it. So that is 16 plates and patches. Let's throw up the spreadsheet and take a look at 2010 plates and patches. We will bust into that, which again is not a very long break, and then we'll roll right into our baseball. So for 2010 plates and patches, again, of course, you see team names down the left-hand side, the winning bidders down the right-hand side. And we did have a couple of unpaid teams in here. Payment may have come in the last couple of minutes, but it had not come in as of like 3 or 4 minutes prior to the break, which is when I finalized the spreadsheet tonight. So that, again, that is who is in our 2010 plates and patches break. So let me get myself set up here, and I'm just rolling up to on the spreadsheet to look at make sure that Finest Baseball was up next, which it is. And let's get into 2010 plates and patches. Now, of course, the first thing that we have on top of 2010 plates and patches is always an encased card. It's not graded, but it is encased, and it's usually a rookie. And, well, if I can get in there, maybe we'll have to try that again. Apparently, I didn't manage to get cut through the seal the first time. And who do we have? Oh, well, that's a nice little hit. That's Brandon LaFell. And that, of course, is an on-card auto. And once again, that's a nice piece of material. We've got all 3 colors in there. So that's a pretty solid hit there. And it is numbered to 599. But again, you know, on these older series, on these older cards, you know, it was super common for things to be high numbered. But so there you go. That's a cool hit. For the Panthers, well, we've got one left in there, don't we? There's a little box that the rest of the cards come in. We had one kind of hanging out in there, stuck in the back. Had to pull him up. First up, Lee Evans for the Bills. That is a base card, but the base cards are numbered in plates and patches. That one is to 499. Then we have Leon Washington for the Seahawks, also numbered, well, that is numbered to 499. Chad Ochocinco. And what is Chad numbered? He is numbered to 10. 9 of 10 on the Ochocinco for the Bengals. So that's a nice low number, even though it is a base card. That's still a nice low number. Then we have, whoops, had 2 picked up together. We have an Honors, Tony Romo for the Cowboys. That's insert for the Cowboys. That one, I guess that one is not numbered. I thought all the cards in this series, oh, it is numbered. I just looked past it. It's to 299. It's like I thought all the cards in plates and patches were numbered, and then I didn't see that one for a minute. Then we have Mr. Drew Brees up for the Saints, numbered to 499. Our first signature hit, well, second, because we had the encased one. Michael, oh boy, yeah, we're just going with Michael on that. I'm not attempting that last name. So we have Michael here, and that's a sticker auto for the Rams, and it is numbered to 249 on the Michael. We're going to call him Michael H, because I'm not attempting that last name, as bad as I am with names anyway. Then we have another hit for the Saints. We have 2 back-to-back. This also is a sticker auto for the Patrick Robinson, and the Robinson is numbered to 449. So the Saints with back-to-back hits there. And then we have the Matt Fort or Forte. However, I never have known how that guy says his last name. For the Bears to 299. So to recap our hits, we have the Forte material hit for the Bears. We have 2 signature hits for the Saints. The first one here for Patrick Robinson, and the second one for Michael, whose last name I cannot pronounce. Although he's not a Saint, he is a Ram. Why did I say he was a Saint? Because we had the Drew Brees a minute ago. He's a Ram. So we have a signature hit to 249 for the Rams, a signature hit for the Saints, and then the other card for the Saints was a base card. No idea why I said it was a signature card. And then, of course, our Brandon LaFell for the Panthers, which I like mainly because I like that patch. But it is to $5.99. And so that was 2010 Plates and Patches. Look at that. We got out of both Plates and Patches with no redemptions. Hooray. Hooray, hooray. Now it is time to move into some baseball. And first up, we're going to have a half case, which is 4 boxes of 2016 Topps Finest Baseball. This will be the first time we've broken that. And once again, you've got team names down the left, winning bidder names down the right-hand side. And I think everybody here was buttoned up and good to go. Yeah. So we didn't have anything unsold or unpaid in Topps Finest. And that, of course, being that we're getting ready to bust into this brand new case, if anybody in chat would like to jump in and say whether you would like to have the right-hand side of the case or the left-hand side of the case. If anybody got a preference or not. If you don't, then I'll just kind of grab some out of there, or we can let random.org decide for us. But usually somebody in chat likes to jump in and give an opinion one way or the other, so hopefully that will be the case again tonight. So before I take anything out of here, I will wait another minute or so to see if somebody's going to jump in and say yay or nay or anything. Anybody? We could also do front row and back row, because the way these are oriented in here, you can see how they're kind of stacked, you know, on top of each other. So we could do right-hand side of the case, left-hand side of the case, front or back. You're saying the right. Okay, awesome. Thank you, 69 Nicker. Then we are going to do the right half of the case, and you are going to be the hero if we pull some awesome stuff out of here. Which hopefully, that's what we're going to do. Hopefully, we're going to pull some awesome stuff out of here. That would, that'd make us all very happy, right? We can pull some fire out of 16 Topps Finest. That would be a good way to start the weekend, making some money for somebody. Well, if I can get this out of here, of course, each of these master boxes is going to have 2 of the little mini boxes. So I'm first going to take all of the mini boxes out, then we'll cut the plastic on those as we go along. But we'll kind of keep them separated just so that we can make sure that we're getting well, our 2 autographs per master box, which really it should be 1 for each mini, so I don't think it would matter anyway, but just for the sake of argument, we want to keep it straight. Bowman 2017 will be after this 2016 Topps Finest. I generally do break them in the order that they end on eBay. I did break the 2 football early tonight just because they were such quick breaks with so few cards in each box versus how long each of the baseball breaks take. So yeah, so we're into 2016 Topps Finest now, and then that will be followed up by the 2017 Bowman. Actually, let's just go ahead and take the plastic off of all of these, even if we leave them in their little mini boxes, or at least we can cut through the plastic and get that much ready to go. It'd be one less thing to do as we go down the road here. So I don't know about you guys, but we have been having rain here for 2 days or more, and it's gotten really cold as a result. Like, the rain came in and this massive cold front came in, and it's like 40 degrees outside or something. I mean, I think our high today was only 49, which just is terrible because we have the Kentucky Derby tomorrow, right? I mean, what's up with that? Gonna have all this cold weather for the Derby. All right, so let me figure out how to get in this box. Why am I having such a difficult time? It's on the top. Oy. Okay. Yeah, that was smart of me, wasn't it? I'm all looking down the side and the bottom. No, dummy. Box opens from the top. Okay, well. We live and we learn. All right, so good luck to everybody. We are looking for, of course, 1 chrome autograph card in each of these mini boxes. which should be 2 per master box. And of course, you'll see a number of these are going to go through as refractors, and for the most part, do you want me to set those aside? I mean, are you guys, do you guys want to recap the refractors? If you do, I will set the refractors in a separate pile. So somebody, if you want to jump into chat, somebody and say yay or nay on setting those aside to recap or not. Either way is okay with me. For now, until somebody says something, I'll just kind of stack them separately, just in case. There's usually quite a few of them, so often people do not necessarily want to recap them, but sometimes people do, so we will leave that up to you. That's a refractor, of course, there for Trout. And so here is our first signature, and it is A.J. Pollock for the Diamondbacks. And I haven't opened this before, so I was just kind of taking a minute there to see if this card was numbered or if there was anything else we needed to look at with it, but it does not appear to be numbered that I see. So our first hit then is Pollock for the Diamondbacks. Well, I set that with the refractors. We want to set it with our regular cards. So I had a redemption for Topps earlier this week, and man, they got that thing out fast, much faster than usual. Here's a green parallel numbered to 99 for the Cubbies with Mr. Rizzo. So there's a nice numbered parallel. Of course, we'd like to see some ink on Mr. Rizzo, but for the time being, that's what we have. But we're just getting started, so there's plenty of time to pull a signature yet for Rizzo on some of our others. And this is an insert that says, what does that say? Well, it's Stanton, but I was trying to see what then. It's a refractor, of course. It's for the Marlins. Intimidators. Okay, so this is the finest Intimidators insert for the Marlins with the Stanton. And I'm just gonna, I think I'll just start a pile with all of our things here. We'll put in a different pile, and then that way, whatever you guys decide you want to recap, hopefully, will be set aside and you'll be able to. So, should you choose to. So far, nobody's like jumping in and saying, yeah, I want to, you know. So for the moment, I'm assuming everybody's only looking for a recap of the signatures. And we've got redemption for Henry Owens, and I'm pretty sure that's for the Sox, but we will set that aside and we'll do a checklist verification on that at the end of the break, because I do sometimes get those wrong when I think I know the answer, and then I go to the checklist and find out I'm wrong. That's a refractor for the Mets. It's another Intimidator refractor, this one for the Rangers, Prince Fielder. Yes, all of the cards ship. Anytime, you know, I mean, in the listing it says in there pretty much that all the cards ship unless otherwise stated, which I've really never done a break where I haven't shipped everything. There's an Ortiz refractor. But if I ever do, it will say it in the listing. There's a McGuire Intimidator. And of course, it looks like all the Intimidators are going to be refractors. So yeah, if there's ever something I do where all the cards don't ship, in the part of the listing where it says, you know, I'm opening X number of boxes of whatever the product name is and all that jazz, that is the place where it would say it if it were going to be, you know, something less than all cards shipping. All right, so we do have a number here. This is numbered to 150 for the Indians. Looks like that says 65 of 150, and I can't really, there we go. That angle you can see the number. Couldn't really get that at a good angle where you could see it, but there we finally did. So there's a nice parallel on that signature hit for the Indians. Nobody, well, nobody reads that stuff. Well, okay, I mean, if you guys don't read it, that's fine, but it's there. So, I would always encourage someone to read something before they buy something, but of course, that's up to you guys. 44 of 150 for the Cubbies on the blue parallel. There's a Conforto refractor. Of course, we'd like to have a signature out of that too. Would make everybody pretty happy tonight. But, I don't know why you wouldn't read at least the basic information about what's being offered. I mean, for me, anyway, I would want to know whether or not all the cards were shipping and stuff like that. But here's a die cut for Ken Griffey Jr. Finest career. We'll set that aside as well in one of our little insert piles. Oh, you didn't wait for your invoice? Yeah, I always do combined invoices. I normally don't do any of them until the last auction of the night ends, but also we normally have all the same sport. So since it was mixed sports tonight, I sent the baseball invoices after the last baseball auction ended, and then anybody that had bid on mixed sports would have then gotten, another invoice, would have been combined again when the after the last football auction of the night ended. So yeah, all you'd have to do is just, if you know you're still bidding on something, even if you see an invoice come in, but you're bidding on another sport or you have more teams, just don't pay it and wait until you get another one that shows the correct combined amount. This one is numbered to 99. I have to get it at the right angle for the number to show up well on the Fielder green parallel. And there's a couple of reasons why I do it the way that I do it, although I think most breakers actually do the same thing. They want it to be all on one invoice, and part of that, there's an Intimidators for the Rangers with Yu Darvish, and here is a purple parallel to numbered to 250, it looks like. Yeah, numbered to 250 on the Matt Harvey. But part of the reason that it is that way is because, eBay charges us a percentage, as does PayPal, of everything that is sold, and that includes the shipping costs. So whatever someone pays in shipping, we have to, in turn, then pay a percentage of to both eBay and PayPal. That is a refractor for the Dodgers. And we've got for the Cubbies, Carl Edwards Jr., rookie auto. Of course, that's an on-card. I think all of these in this series are going to be on-card. So there's a nice autograph hit for the Cubbies. Anyway, so yeah, so eBay and PayPal, they charge us a percentage of that. And so later, like if you were to go back and refund somebody's shipping or adjust somebody's shipping after they had already paid it, you don't get that percentage back. Plus PayPal charges you a flat fee. So you would get part of your PayPal money back if you refunded part of it. You'd get part of it back, but not all of it back, but you wouldn't get any back that eBay charged. That's 95 of 150. Once they take their percentage on shipping, they don't give it back. John Lester for the Cubbies on that insert. And then the other reason that it's better, why most sellers like it all to be on one invoice is from a packing standpoint and a shipping standpoint, because if it's on multiple invoices and all that stuff, then that can turn into a whole big other set of mess. So that's kind of the reason why most people say, hey, wait until you get the combined invoice, and then it is all there together. Plus, then you can see and know what the correct amount would be. If you've bid on, say, a bunch of teams with one break and then paid that invoice, and then you bid on a bunch of teams in another break and you paid that invoice, well, like, I'm not going to remember that you just had a bunch of teams in a different break because I may not have even seen it if I didn't see the invoice to combine. That's a refractor for the A's. So the only way, oh, there's a nice Piscotty rookie card refractor for the Cardinals. So yeah, so the only way, you know, that I would know, hey, he has whatever it is, 10 teams or something. And so for 9 of them, you should be charged reduced shipping, is if I see them all together, which, you know, as long as they aren't paid, eBay will give me the option to combine them, and it works out well. But when they get paid in advance, it doesn't work out too well. That is a refractor. This is an Intimidators. I think all the Intimidators are refractors. Another Darvish. That one is not a refractor. So yeah, so anyway, that's kind of, and you know, I pretty much every break, like I try to remind people to wait on that. There is a Cabrera for the Tigers insert, again, refractor. And our signature hit, Aaron Nola for the Phillies. And that is that numbered? It's, yeah, it is down at the bottom. I'm used to looking for it up at the top. It's 53 of 150. It's down, right down here in this bottom corner. 53 of 150 on the Nola. So I do try to remind everybody at some point in every break, you know, just to wait until you know you're done bidding. And even if it seems like, you know, maybe if there's a whole bunch of auctions in one night and you've been done bidding, you know, maybe in auction number 2 and there's still 3 or 4 more products to go, you start thinking, oh my gosh, you know, maybe she forgot and I'm not going to get my combined invoice. But